Hey, Safe Juden. Thanks for stopping in. Just kind of experimenting tonight. Not sure what I'm going to make. I'm making well, I know what I'm going to make. I'm making a top that will spin only on a holder, not on the table. Oops. So this is kind of a special request. So I'm going to start out making the holder first, which is just like a kind of a spindle that'll stand off the table. Antichrist market based equipment is on the back of his wrist. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even gonna put you in timeout. You can dig your own grave. So I'm gonna, this is the bottom. It's gonna sit on the table like just a cylinder with a small area that's a little bit dished out, and the top will spin in that. You'll see what that'll look like. But I need a pocket in the bottom that I can fill with something heavy so it has some weight to it. That's what this is for. I'm spinning way too fast. Fortunate bit. Like, why is this not cutting right? Don't spin too fast. Hey, Ward. Yeah, I keep wanting to call it late night wood turning, but it's not that late. I guess it's late when I've already been to bed, decided I couldn't sleep, and got up, come down to the shop. Hey, Brian. Oh yeah, yeah, no problem. I enjoy the show. 10 o'clock though is way past my bedtime. Eastern time. Unless I can't sleep, and then I stay up late. It's funny when you're empty nester, how early bedtime. A fun night is going to bed early. All right, I slowed it down for the Forstner bit, and now I gotta speed it back up. I think. So, yeah, sleeping is fun. Funner the older I get. Now that I'm past 50, I'm not old, but I do enjoy a good sleep. Sorry about that. That was pretty loud. But so what I'm making is a top that will not spin on the table. The point of the top will be higher than the bottom of the top, if that makes any sense. It'll look like an umbrella, maybe, where the maybe I should sketch it out. Pencil. So the top the spinning top, if this is the point, say this is a cutaway. Look, something like that. So it'll spin here, you spin it up here, that's the stem, but these legs are going to be further than the point. So this piece is going to be, it'll be dished out a little bit at the top, and that piece is this piece. The top using resin. Oh, I have some really nice Jimbo. No, not a sex toy. It's a spinning top. Hey, Agnes. Thanks for stopping in. So it'll spin on this piece here. I have some nice resin tops. One of them I put a bee in it. I found just a regular honeybee, but it was had died and was dried up. And I put it in the clear resin, and I think it has a wood handle and then a clear resin. I don't know. I'll have to get them all out, put them in a live. Pretty cool. The nice thing about resin is it's more consistent than wood. So they spin very, very nice. All right. Jimbo, I'm going to put you in timeout. We're not going to do that tonight. So, sorry, brother, but you can do that stuff somewhere else. Smallest ladle? I don't know what you mean. All right. No creepy sex stuff. No politics. You know, it's sad that it's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for men. And it's sad because everybody's like, oh, women think men are creepy and getting canceled, all that. Well, they are. Generally, we have done it to ourselves. As men, we've sunk to the base, animalistic. It's just gross, and I'm embarrassed, and I don't see any way back. It's sad that that's what we've become as a society. All right, so that's just barely dished out. I think that'll be perfect. Yeah, that'll be nice. All right, I'm going to slow this down and coat this with super glue. And then that part is going to be done. Yeah, Dirk, sorry. Maybe you didn't hear. We're not doing politics. No politics and no creepy stuff. So that's your last warning, and then it's time out. Time out for the children. It is funny that YouTube called it time out. You gotta love it. Hey, Rob. Copper owl wood turning, guys. If you like this, if you like watching wood turning and wood turning channels, follow Copper Owl wood turning, definitely. All right, I'm going to use my Satellite City thick. No, it's I help out in the church nursery sometimes, and there's rules that at first you're like, that's crazy, like a man can't be in there by himself. No matter how well you know him, a man can't be in there with kids by themselves. A married couple can't be in there by themselves watching kids. What else? Can't change diapers, which is fine with me. I don't want to change any diapers anyway. But and that's the state of where we're at. Men have just ruined any chance of reputation or uprightness. I'm not focusing. Come on. All right, that's done. Just sad. So that's gonna sit there like that, and then our top that's shaped like that is gonna spin on top of it. I'm gonna try to use this piece of wood. I don't know. It's got that big notch in it. We'll try it. Oh, just the terrible comments, and just in general. Not everyone, obviously, but we get these creepy comments where everything's sexual and nobody can. Everything's twisted and you can't. And then I'll watch some live streams, and if the girl is at all good looking, that's all they talk about. And these guys are making these terrible comments. It's just embarrassing, and you'd say, well, I'm different. Well, nobody believes anymore. Women are angry and men are gross, and it's just the way it is. Everybody's out for immediate gratification. And it's all digital, so you can say whatever you want. Pray for spiritual sight and hearing. Exactly. Self-control. Where's self-control? Nobody has self-control anymore. We talk about spiritual, the gifts of the Spirit. What about the fruit of the Spirit? Something changed sound there. Always listen for a change in the sound. Could mean something bad's going to happen. I think we're all right. Tighten it up a little bit. Not talking about myself, Tony. I'm talking about the creeps that go into these lives and put comments in. Well, I don't know what this wood is, but it's so smooth. I think it's maple. I don't know. This was from an old beam, and it just, when you cut it, it cuts so smooth. These beautiful shavings. I pray for spiritual gifts for myself all the time, Tony. I heard somebody say just tonight, he said, if God said, okay, yes, and you're like, guess what? He's like, everything you've been praying for the last week, I'm saying yes. How would that change what we pray for? That'd be a problem. All right, so here's the question. How, this is the stem, this is going to be the back. I need to do this, all of that out. So I have to hold this in the chuck. And then turn it around, hold this side in the chuck to finish the top. That's going to be tricky. That is going to be tricky. I got a big gouge in it right there. So I need to put this side in the chuck right now. Yeah, Tony. All right. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about men going into these chats or on YouTube and being creepy in general. I'm not saying any individuals, guys. Don't misinterpret this. Like, it's just in general. Looks dangerous. It's not really dangerous. We're fine. I bought a used Rikon MIDI with extensions, but have only ever made a set of 4 legs, and that was like 4 months ago. I really need to dedicate more time to learning turning. Yeah, definitely, SZ. There are so many wood turners, really good wood turners on YouTube. I learned about 4 years ago. I started watching, maybe 5 years ago. I started watching, and then finally just decided that I'm going to do it. Like, I'm tired of watching. I want to do it. And I just watched so much YouTube. Drove my wife crazy. But, and then you get to where you're doing stuff you've never seen. That's the fun part. Yeah, I think this is maple. Every once in a while I get a whiff of waffles. And that's kind of what a maple should smell like. All right. So why did I do that? I need to put, I'm going to put a step in it here. This is probably going to have to come off. It will come off. Step in it here. The stem will fit inside the chuck. Oh, I know why I did that. I can't finish the stem because it'll get too thin. I need to chuck it, do the stem, turn it around, do the bottom, turn it back around, finish the top. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So there's a step that's going to go in the chuck. All right, so we are making a spinning top if you're just coming in, but it's going to be a wild one, and it's taking a little bit of planning, which is a challenge for me. No, just kidding. Half of wood turning, 90% of wood turning is figuring out how to hold the material. Nine percent is sanding. 34% is patience. 5% skill. Another 25% using math. Ruben, you played a game, you're sure you can do better? All right, let's see it. Let's see it. Put some videos up. I never played that. Another 10% just knowing what tool to use. I've got 4 of them here. I'm still not sure which one to use. Not too bad. All right. Let's do a little bit more out here. I'm going to leave that step for now. Cracks make me a little nervous. There must have been some bugs in this at one point in the past 200 years. I never played that game. How often do you turn? 4 or 5 times a week. Live stream. Hard to tell. I turned quite a bit, especially at the beginning. It was like every day. All right, we might be filling some of that in with some super glue and sawdust. All right, turn it around. What we're doing is we're making a top that's going to spin on here, and the spinning point is going to be about here, and the top's going to actually go down around it. And try it. We'll see if it works. The challenge is always how to hold it. How to hold it. And I might have made it too small. It's too small. So you're never supposed to put the face of the wood should never contact this back part of the chuck, but we're going to have to because I made my tenon too small. And it's turning pretty true, so we'll be all right. All right. I don't want to get any smaller than that. All right, we're going to fill this in. At least, yeah, we'll fill that in. If I had some baking soda, that would be perfect. But I don't have it downstairs with me. This is thin, very thin glue. That soak in. Trying to use up this bottle. The bigger, I stopped buying the 4-ounce bottles because I could never get the tops to be anything look like a top by the end. And this one, I'm almost done with. There's a little bit in there. Had that one for quite a while. You can see the super glue curing. Why you're not supposed to touch the back of it. So you don't want the wood to touch the back because it could put it not straight. You always want the jaws. So if you have a step, the back of the step would touch the jaws. But if you're touching the back of the teeth, or it's hard to explain, but if you're resting on the back, then there's a good chance that your piece is not going to be straight. Now, for us, it's not that big of a deal, and it is turning straight because it's just a top. But there are times where you definitely don't want to do that. Like if you're doing a bowl, it'll throw it off. In a bowl, you're clear out here, so a little bit off makes it wobble quite a bit, and then nothing straight. So I'm not even going to spray this. This is hardening up really nice. I have accelerator spray, but the problem is with accelerator spray is it'll harden up the outside, and then the inside is still wet super glue, and then when you turn it and cut into it, it all comes out. So that is hard, and I'm thinking it's hard all the way through. Indonesia, nice. Gubug. I don't know how to pronounce that. Gubug occur. Greetings from Indonesia. Thanks for stopping in. That's cool. Spare now. Got a cool channel. I might be back. I appreciate your keeping the chat clean. Yeah. I like to. You can inspire people, and we're not going to inspire the younger generation if we keep turning them off. This is the accelerator spray from Satellite City. We're not going to, and they can spot creepiness way far away. So it's just sad. But I didn't spray the whole thing. I don't want super glue in my face. I heard a story one time about a guy who got super glued his hands together, and then went to call a friend on the phone. I don't know if this is a true story or not. The guy that told it said it was a true story, but went to call his friend who was the guy that I heard this from, and still had wet super glue on his hand. His fingers were glued together. They were now glued to the phone. And then he got glue on the phone and it was glued to his face. So you always be careful with super glue. Look at that. Solid. Nice. Oh, look at it. It goes all the way down. Change the camera. So that sawdust I put in went all the way down into here. That's pretty solid. That's cool. Yeah, Ezra, really? Also done wood glue and sawdust filling cracks mistakes, but never thought of CA glue. Yeah. Yeah, wood glue just takes too long. Wood turners, so to do a wood turning project, like you can do a decent project in an hour or two. I can make a top in 30 seconds. Like, we are impatient people that want immediate results. Or at least, like, I work a full-time job. I don't have days on end to wait for glue to dry. So I want to get that project done. I think this is going to work. No, not making a pepper grinder. I've actually never made a pepper grinder. This is going to be a spinning top, but as you can see, the spinning part is inside. So it's going to sit flat on the table. And then when it spins, we're going to spin it on this, on the top. That'll sit on the table. I'll fill it with something heavy. We're tempting this. So part of the problem is this wood is full of bug holes, but I think we're getting there. I'm going to clean out a little bit more inside. All right. I think that'll work. We need to do a little repair there. Made an ashtray and wood shop. Yeah, I've never made an ashtray. Never made a pepper grinder. I like to make like challenging stuff that later ends up in the fire pit. Okay, so I'm only going back to there. So I'm going to now kind of curve this in, but this needs to go in the chalk lightly to finish it. So hopefully we can still do that. Doesn't look bad. Like that. Maybe we can get rid of that. Some wavy lines. Lines, so when it spins, need some wavy lines. User 5.56. All right, where's everybody from? Where's everybody from, and what time is it? I usually ask that. All right, let's see what this looks like. All right, I'm going to gently, wait a minute. I need to put some super glue on that first. North Carolina, Mississippi, 12:34, 11:30. Mississippi is 1 hour behind. Okay. I'm in Ohio. It is 12:30. Not too bad. Trying to get the lid off another one of my super glues. And I can always tell when they're about empty because the top starts looking like that. This is the medium, 2-ounce bottle medium. $12.38. Mine says $12.38. I have another computer running that I monitor the chat on because I can't see the chat on my phone with my shot glasses on. Not that I wear reading glasses, but by the time it gets a little bit of sawdust on it, and the chat is just like it's behind the video or in front of the video, so it's kind of transparent. So I run another computer with a different channel that I run, and Boy, that looks good. I love this wood. It's an old beam that I found in a parking lot, in a church parking lot. I asked them what they were doing with it, and they said they were just going to get rid of it. So they said I could have it, and I've just been, part of it is one of my workbenches, and then the other parts I've just been cutting up and using for stuff. All right, so now I'm going to use my abrasive paste and polish this up a little bit. I made this from beeswax, mineral oil, and diatomaceous earth. And it's maybe like a 10,000 grit, if you're going to call it grit. Yeah, look at that shine. Very nice. So dark. Go back. 41 minutes. Mateo. What's the ratio of ingredients? On some of my videos, I have the recipe. I need to go back and look it up. I haven't made it in a while, but basically, beeswax is thick, obviously. Mineral oil is thin, and the diatomaceous earth is a solid. So usually, what I did is I would melt in a pan that I was not going to use. I would melt. I'll have to look it up because there's definitely a ratio of the mineral oil to the beeswax, and then I just put as much diatomaceous earth in as I could. But I still wanted to retain that soft wax. Like, it's not a hard wax, but it's not liquid either. It's not like carnauba wax. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is very sketchy. I need to put this in there and turn this collar off, which is probably going to break the whole project. But if I take my time, I'm going to put it in some paper towel so we don't scratch it. Just lightly clamp it. Didn't hear any cracking. I've actually still have a little dent in there. I can put my life center in. That will help. just saw it off, then it wouldn't be round. It's what we do on wood turning, is make things round. And I've got this piece right there that I need to turn that down, get rid of that. So, all right, that's what we're doing. I'm going to, if you want to see something fail, now's your chance. Because if it's going to fail, this is when it's going to fail. Well, that didn't take long. All right. Well, we're still good. Who said saw it off? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to just nibble at it with the bandsaw. That was pretty quick. That was a quick fail, but we're not out of it yet. All right, bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves. Everything a box, even earth. I don't know. Box spaceship. Matthew's okay. All right. Wicked crack. Yeah, there was definitely a crack. Crack was there. All right, that was a good suggestion. Who said that to saw it off? It's now we've lost that in the comments. Box slow. Just saw it off. Box spaceship. Yep. That's what we're gonna do. All right, snuggle it back up. Feel a little better about this. This we can do. Well, I am a little surprised we got that to work. So this is going to be a spinning top. Abrasive paste. Always want to keep that clean. All right, I think we're done. And if this works, I will not be surprised, but kind of surprised. Did get some indentations from the jaws. Can't be helped. This adds character. I'll go back with a Sharpie and put dots on it. Look like we meant to it. Meant it. Okay, so that is not going to spin. It just sits there because the point is up in. That is sharp looking. Like that. Okay. So the idea is we spin it on that. All right. Oh, look at that. That is a thing of beauty. Look at that. With the long stem and everything. That is so nice. Guys, you don't know, like, this was not easy to make. As far as spinning tops goes, this is maybe one of the hardest ones I've ever made. And obviously, it only took an hour and 20 minutes. So I'm sure there's harder ones to make, but that is pretty neat. All right. It's working. It's beautiful. If you guys like what you saw, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff, all the stuff you're supposed to do on YouTube. Leave some comments after the video. You can message me on Instagram if you want help getting started, just need some advice. If you just want to talk. I saw a bumper sticker. It said, if you're looking for a sign to keep going, this is it. Every one of you has purpose. Every one of you are loved. Every one of you has value. And I know sometimes being up late at night, you get to thinking it's everything's bad. What's the purpose? Why am I here? I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm telling you, there's a reason you're here. Chromecast, really? After all this? There's a reason you're here, and it's not to be crude, but yeah, just if you need a sign to keep going, this is it. So message me. All right, I'll see you guys. I'm gonna go to bed. Have a great night. Find something good to watch. There are a few good live streams out there, not many. Beeswax 73. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. And then as much of the diatomaceous earth. You can use ground up eggshells. You can use, I wouldn't use sand. It's got to be pretty small. The smaller it is, the more polished it'll get. And you can see how shiny and polished this is. Like the super glue will dry shiny, but not polished like that. So, and it's not hard to do. So, all right, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for stopping in. Chats are rough tonight. Actually, not as bad as I've seen. So I appreciate everyone who came in and was just interested in the wood turning. So Derek, thanks for stopping in. Matthew, thanks for stopping in. We'll see you and have a good night.